Bad news for folks in the Red River Valley where they've had a lot of flooding going on. Over the weekend, Bismarck, over 17 inches of snow. Fargo picking up 6 inches. Hovind picking up 16 inches of snow. And over the next couple of days, the Red River Valley, including Fargo, will see another 3 to 6 inches of snow. What does that mean? Well, it means that the flood state for the Red River, flood stage is about 18 feet. The flood outlook is calling for a 50% chance that river is going to exceed the flood stage 38 feet at Fargo. They've already got 1 million sandbags ready to go because this could be a top 5 flood of all time. Starting with today, Fargo. We do have a risk of strong storms from the Gulf Coast all the way to Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. We're looking at wet weather making its way behind that, and snow up in the Rockies, I should say the northern plains, wet weather in the Pacific Northwest. For tomorrow, that risk of strong storms makes their way to the southeast, on into the Ohio River Valley, wet weather in the north.
For the two Pro mods coming out here putting on a display this weekend, but how about that? 640, 224 miles an hour.
Corvette started wheel hopping. You see it?
Not much of a wheel
right
change.
Welcome to Today on a Friday morning. I'm Matt Lauer.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Savannah Guthrie alongside Natalie Morales and Al Roker. Out west, they are used to hot temperatures, okay? But it's downright brutal. We are talking 115 in Las Vegas expected today, 119 in Phoenix.
If that's not hot enough, the high in Death Valley, where you get lost if your GPS messes up, could approach a world record high of 134 degrees this weekend. Let's get right to Mr. Heat and Humidity. What's going on?
I'm Triple H, baby. Let's show you. Okay, we've got a big area of high pressure dominating. Now, this happens normally during this time of year, but it's even hotter this time as the jet stream pushes way to the north. We've got rising air, a clockwise flow of air around this, so it is like a giant heat pump. Look at what we've got right now. Excessive heat watches and heat warnings stretching all the way from central California into Arizona, parts of New Mexico, Utah, Nevada, all seeing temperatures expected to be in dangerous levels. In fact, as we look right now and show you those temperatures, look at this. Boise, Idaho is going to get up to 101 degrees. Salt Lake, 99 today. Fresno, 108. These are record highs most likely. Phoenix, 119. Vegas, their record for today, 114. They'll break that. As we move on into Saturday, temperatures even higher. The all-time record high for Las Vegas, 117. Looks like it'll be there. Blythe, New Mexico, 121. Boise again at 102. And on Sunday, it continues. We're looking at a high of 100 in Boise, Phoenix 116, Vegas stays at record-setting levels 117, Fresno at 110, and we are not looking at any real break in this until sometime on Monday or Tuesday. Savannah?
All right, Al, thank you. We've got new details this morning on a story in
at only 210 miles an hour. 198 miles an hour half track for Ryan Kono. 194. So Ryan, the leader in the clubhouse, with a 590 with a chew. Pretty impressive for that team.
Unfortunately, not in this country, but in Europe. Take a look at this. This is in Switzerland. A violent storm tearing down tents and pulling down power lines. This is crazy stuff. They've had winter-like weather. They've had massive flooding throughout parts of Spain. And now let's go north of the border into Calgary. And you're look at this. Watch this. A house into a bridge. This is crazy flooding that's going on in Canada. Thousands and thousands of people will be affected by this. Now, we've also got severe weather to talk about in this country.
Swamped parts of France and Spain, intense flooding from heavy rain and melting snow sent a camper trailer floating away down the swollen river and it forced the evacuation of thousands of people in Spain. At least 2 people in France were
What it looked like yesterday in Pennsylvania, parts of central PA near State College. I mean, heavy rain, flash flooding. Folks had to be rescued by boat. There were streets that were inundated, turned into rivers. I mean, literally within a matter of minutes, they had to do a lot of high water rescues. Here's what we've got going on right now. We got details this morning coming up. The latest on the tornado, that what was 3 tornado in El Reno, Oklahoma. It is now categorized an EF5 tornado, and it is a 2.6 mile wide tornado. That is the widest tornado ever, and it's the first time there have been 2 EF5 tornadoes within a 100-mile radius in 2 weeks. So this is one for the record book. So when we come back, we've got development.
news.
The Los Angeles Police Department has a big problem in the 77th Division. 14 shootings over the weekend, 11 victims, including 3 who were killed. NBC.
Hi everyone, this is a quick little confirmation video as with all of the others. Excuse me, I guess I knocked it. So anyway, basically it's to do with a confirmation of certain earthquakes that have happened, and this is the USGS, and as you can see I had as you can see, a lot of around the Ring of Fire, as I had said, but also in Europe, which is a bit of a, actually that's only for 30 days, 2.5, it's not showing everything, but only 30 days. So we are seeing on the fault lines far more earthquakes, not to get worried, but as you can see in South America there's been quite a few earthquakes there, all the way up the coast and in California, need to say with, what do you call it, Alaska here, Hawaii as well, which is a bit of a concern, but all the way through here. And even though Australia comes under a different, not designation, but a different authority, it has far more earthquakes. We'll go there briefly just before we leave this section. But this earthquake here actually is a 5.8, which just happened, well, actually happened on the 9th of June by the look of it. So they are experiencing far more earthquakes, and it is actually far more than that. I also said that there will be more earthquakes in Africa, which traditionally hasn't been, and as you can see, one recent earthquake just happened as of today by the look of it, and it was a depth of 9.9 and it was a magnitude of 5.4 in Uganda, and some other subsequent earthquakes around in other countries in Africa. We will go to Europe separately, and I just wanted to give you an overview quickly. Just zooming in into California and showing what I had also predicted, that there will be far more earthquakes off the coast and up north also in Canada. So please be warned, I'm not going through every specific one. Going back to just America, sorry, hello, get there in the end. I had said that there would be, I'm afraid there's a lot more earthquakes here, that there are more earthquakes with the drop age pattern I had mentioned, being this, not only the coast, but this area inclusive, that we're going to experience more. I'm not going to go into the actual predictions here, but you can see the drop age being lower here, and it's being far more than usual. And on the east coast, as you can see on the edge on Canada, they're having more earthquakes, plus here. We'll go to Canada briefly in a minute, but here is what I call the drop age, and we are experiencing far more as well. Just going to Canada quickly for today, and it's actually that big earthquake that happened earlier, was it later last year, is obviously spurning quite a few, and there's 4s, and also up north, which is what I told you there would be far more. And this is, again, I was going to go into predictions, but we'll save that for later. All right, that's our friends in Canada, and I'm quickly going to go to Europe, and it goes to, yes, this is Europe. Excuse me, I'm trying to get over a flu attack, that's why I've been pretty quiet recently. And as you can see, it's been inundated in the areas I talked about. You will be seeing far more here. In England, I said, obviously, and Ireland, you will be seeing far more earthquakes. They are happening there too. But you will see that obviously these earthquakes are kind of gathering in speed, but it's far a concentration in this sector, which is what I told you. And there will be in Iran and Iraq excuse me, 7.8 on the border region. Let's see, that was on April 16th. So remember, this is just an overview of the predictions. The last one I'll quickly go to is Australia, since we're on earthquakes, and it's just a review, this first video. And Australia is showing far more than that other one was showing. So as you can see, all these bigger ones, I think that's 6.0, and the usual that they, Papua New Guinea, unfortunately, and New Zealand, but as you can see, there's far more earthquakes there. So thank you for joining me. Actually, there's one more little thing I want to show you, and that is, this was taken on April 21st. I snapshot it, and as you could see, as I'd said, there were large earthquakes, and excuse me, there's been I think I've got these were about sevens, high sixes, sevens, and all of this activity, and I'll probably bring that up on the because I do have it marked up, but I guess I didn't bring the right slideshow. So anyway, excuse me. Yeah, that is a 7 actually, not a 6. These are 7s and 7s, but far more in India, I'm afraid, and along that section, and that was on 421. Well, thank you for joining me on this section of all the videos. I hope you weren't annoyed with all the drag racing, but I thought it would break up the monotony if you're bored. But also, yes, I'm a bit of a speed freak. Anyway, I thought you would enjoy that. Let me know. Hopefully you'll be able to join me for the rest of it, and for the actual further predictions and some of the 2014 predictions on the next video, which will be uploaded by within the next week or so, if I can't do it this weekend. Thank you again for joining me. Take care. Hello, back again. Oh, I did find it, so I thought I'd better put this in. As you can see, and I used this in one of my lectures, but this is obviously better for you to look at, since it wouldn't be jiggling around. Anyway, this is exactly the same date, 421, as you can see, USGS, and this was in Iran, 7.8 on 416, 5.0 on 420 in Uganda. Again, it's continuing to have more earthquakes. I'm not too sure if they're fracking or what's going on, but anyway, here we have a 6.6 in Lingyong. I'm not too sure how you spell that, say that, so I apologize if I've heard the language there by saying that. The Kuril Islands in Russia, 7.2. This was the big one. In Papua New Guinea, hello, Papua New Guinea, is 6.7. And there was one near the coast of PNG, and that was a 6.8 as well. So anyway, that's just a brief overview of in April, and we're in July. We'll look at the predictions later. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me.
231 miles an hour. Dennis strikes the tires, goes .998 to 60-foot diamond, and strikes the tires in the back of black GTO. It goes through at 1318 and 67 miles an hour. With Shane in the Corvette at 609 231 miles.
Video first if we can. This is a water spout, Lakeside Cable Park in Randolph, Louisiana. A wakeboarder was doing this. Robert Vegas got this video. Look at it, it's a water spout, which is basically a tornado over the water. This is amazing stuff. I mean, it caused some minor damage around, but for the most part, nobody was injured. But that was just incredible video. Wow, it almost looks like special effects. Let's show you.
Extra credit if you got a clutch in the car. Jerome top end, 1164 front line.